Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spett. I want to talk about the heavy rainfall that has been taking place across much of the Philippines over the past week from northern areas of Luzon towards southern Mindanao. We have been seeing the precipitation here, but most recently it's this broad area of low pressure that has set up, creating this training effect and just bringing that persistent precipitation for southern areas of Visayas and northern Mindanao. Some of the images out of this area really just shows you how significant the flooding has been at this time. Homes have been damaged, communities have been significantly submerged, and on top of that, several deaths have also been reported too. Heavy rainfall warnings are still in place from southern areas of Leyte, Samar, extending all the way back there towards northwestern Mindanao. On top of that, Cebu even still under a orange level rainfall warning, with those heavy rains continuing to impact this area, mainly because, as mentioned, that broad area of low pressure and the shear line, which is still set up thanks to the northeast monsoon back towards much of Luzon at this time. And you can see that here on this forecast as we go ahead through Thursday, heading into Friday. That northeasterly wind continuing to blow on through Luzon. You have the shear line there and the dotted white line throughout the week, and that is going to continue to gradually lift off towards the north. That's the good news. You know, despite the fact this area of low pressure is very, very slow moving, it's not your traditional kind of just cruising along east to west low. We are going to see that shear line gradually lift off throughout the weekend, so we will see some improving conditions for places like Cebu, over towards Leyte, Samar, even in back towards Palawan. Now, by Tuesday and the Wednesday, that shear line is going to set up and kind of reinvigorate, though, as another blast of cooler air comes in from the north. And I'll talk about that in a second, but I really want to stress the persistency of this rainfall. And this is looking ahead through Thursday into Friday, and you just see right here, look at this, those basically that stream, that inflow hitting the eastern mountains of Samar, Leyte, back there towards Legazpi as well. That's where you're seeing, you know, those rain totals over 400 to 500 millimeters and more on top of already saturated grounds. Means that we're not only going to see more flooding, but even that threat of landslides out here. And this is where the heaviest of that precipitation is going to continue to take place due to that general inflow around the northern half of an area of low pressure interacting with the monsoonal flow back there towards the north. Now, in the broader picture of things, I do want to mention this is our next cold surge. And see right here over the Sea of Japan, we kind of have this low that's setting up right in there. Then you have extending back towards the south and the west, that cold front that's right there. So here we go, our area of low pressure kicking across the Sea of Japan. You have that front extending back towards Okinawa, which by Sunday it's going to be pretty messy. Might even get some thunderstorms there for you. And then eventually that's all going to blast towards the south through Taiwan and bring another blast of that cloudy, cool northerly winds for northern Luzon. But the interaction between this northeasterly wind flow and our broad area of low pressure in the tropics is going to fire up another round of strong to possibly severe thunderstorms there to central and southern areas of Luzon, eventually northern areas of Visayas. So, you know, you got several different aspects to this. First, you still have the persistent rainfall. That will start to taper off, but their next cold surge is going to slap into that tropical air mass, creating the next round of heavier showers. And you can even see here where those waves are going to be the largest once that surge does start to continue to kick on by. So taking a look ahead through our forecast on Friday, we still have the heaviest of that precipitation down here towards the south, extending across Visayas, southern Luzon, and still staying relatively dry into northern areas of Luzon, Iligan, for example, but you're still going to be looking at that chance of rainfall as we go ahead through the weekend. Big thanks for everybody on Patreon who continues to make these updates possible. I mentioned that in my last update. I'm trying to mention all of them because you guys really big thumbs up for helping to keep this channel going here. All right, I do want to take a look kind of at what the Pagasa has been showing too. And by the way, this is Invest 97W on this area. A lot of people have been watching this. Of course, we have the heavy rainfall warnings, but a few of you have been asking about about the long range beyond the 20th to the 25th, and mainly because you can see right here as we scoot this ahead. Let's go ahead. You can see the time right about there. So you go, that's Tuesday the 17th. Let's scoot this ahead all the way through what GFS is showing heading into the 22nd, 23rd. Kind of have this very, it's questionable area of low pressure off the east coast of Mindanao. You know, yeah, that's this time of year. You typically see that. Even with the long-range GFS SpaghettiOs, so we're looking all the way out to the 20th, 21st. We do have a couple little spits there on the long-range ensemble, but nothing too terribly serious. Nothing that would be warranted in worrying more about the next area of low pressure more than the area of low pressure we have now. And the other thing is with the next cold surge coming in, that will bring the shear line, which of course also provides shear, so it doesn't look like anything too organized should be taking place. Also, the good news, and I do want to stress this because it may not be getting enough attention, is the mere fact that we are looking at the La Nina ending here, that famous triple dip. We've had 3 consecutive years of La Nina. That is going to start to back off a bit. And once that finally does happen, we should start to see less of this just wet, persistent rainfall pattern taking place, bringing, of course, the severe flooding we have been seeing out there. So number one thing, as always, is, of course, stay safe out there, friends. Thanks for watching these updates all the way to now, all the way through. I truly, truly appreciate it. And as always, I already said it, but I'll say it again. Stay safe out there. Have a fantastic day.